Yes, with whom? We're going to try to speak to Tony Butita, right? Our photographer there. Okay, wonderful. Okay, Tony. Hey, Tony, it's Roxy and Sandra. Tell us where you are and fill us in on some information you have where you are.
Hey guys, here at Will Rogers State Beach, which I understand the command post is going to be set up here. So far, as far as air quality here, you can see the smoke is blowing out to sea. So it's actually not smoky at this location, so this will be a great spot for their command post. The only air assets I've seen actually making drops so far have been the super scoopers that are on lease from Canada. And I did see some big VLAT tankers fly through the smoke. From my vantage point, can't see where they're dropping, but we still have lots of emergency equipment coming. And so far, Pacific Coast Highway is not too bad. It's starting to back up slightly, but you can see lots of police command posts coming in. I showed you guys earlier at Temescal Canyon there, they blocked traffic finally, trying to alleviate some of that. So it's just now, like, maybe 2 hours into this fire, finally starting to back up PCH.
Tony, you're the camera to our right, where you're showing us this parking lot right here. From when you got there to now, it looks like there's a ton of vacancy, right? There's not many people who are there right now.
Yeah, it's, it's not a summer day, so the parking lot was pretty empty. Matter of fact, the parking guy didn't want to let us in, even though we got this big emergency going on, so I had to park far away and walk up here. Now some of my colleagues are starting to show up, and this is where the command post is going to be eventually. So this parking lot's about to get very busy.
Yeah, that's right. We talked to Captain Eric Scott, who did say that Will Rogers was the place where they're going to disseminate and give out all the information. The command post is going to be set up there. It doesn't even look like they've set up yet, which indicates that it's probably difficult for them to get the resources they need to that location at this point. People are busy fighting this fire, doing the work that they have to do first,
and then they can give the information out.
Correct, and also just to get to that point because of all the traffic backup, perhaps. So again, you're looking at the aerial view right there of Super Scooper. Tony, great shot of them doing their work. And the wind gusts, Tony, what's the wind situation like where you are?
It comes and goes. Right now, it is great. You can kind of see the smoke is going straight up again. When I first got here, it was blowing hard out to sea. Yeah. Which it's still, if you look down the coastline, you can still see it's getting pretty smoky down there. But if you look at these trees right here, it really, the wind is not too bad right now. But then all of a sudden we'll get a big gust out of nowhere.
Yeah, I imagine for so many people who have lived through so many fires in this area, this does look reminiscent of the Woolsey fire. I remember being there along that beach on PCH when the wind gusts and the plume of smoke was blowing that way towards the sea. It is difficult to see this and watch when you remember the devastation of the Woolsey fire, but clearly we're hoping for the best in this situation, and we are seeing that they are battling this. This shot is amazing, Tony. These looky-loos along the hillside right there. Maria's here too, and watching this all happen and watching the smoke come over the ridge.
Well, there are homes nearby, so they're probably looking. Hey, Tony, it's Maria here. I know that you've covered so many of these. You're a volunteer. Official search and rescue. Sure. When we talk about these winds, which clearly the fixed-wing aircraft are still able to fly, do you know what that criteria is? Because we are expecting the winds to increase later this evening and overnight. But do you know what the criteria is when they are not allowed to fly at some point?
I don't know that they have a specific miles per hour. It's more if the people in charge of the aerial attack, they'll decide. I know for a fact that the ones that will be shut down first will be these super scoopers. They do not do very well in high wind. This spot where they're at now is perfect for them because we're right next to the ocean. It's a little hard for them to pick up when the ocean's rough, but so far it's not too bad. You don't see any big white caps out there, so they're able to go out and return quickly, where all those other VLATs and other ones dropping Phoschuck, they have a long return time. They got to go all the way to an airport somewhere and be reloaded and then fly back out here, where these guys are making great work. They're just constantly, you know, nonstop since I got here.
That's
They've made, I don't know, hundreds of drops already.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's, you know, you could probably see him here as he comes down, and he'll just drag on the ocean.
Yeah,
and
picking up all that water.
I want to say they pick up over 3,000 gallons, I believe.
It's amazing what they're doing and the work that they're doing so quickly to battle this blaze. All right, Tony, thank you so much. Please stand by, because right now we are going
let's just watch this for a moment, though, because this is pretty incredible how quickly all that water was gathered, right? And they're going to just go right back up that hill.
Yeah, and the precision and the experience that these pilots, these firefighter pilots have, it's really incredible what conditions they're fighting against right now. They're able to fly despite the wind gusts up at that high elevation nearing 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So this is really incredible work that they're doing. I'm so grateful for them to be here right now.
Let's watch this action. The logistics of the location, really ideal, if you could even say that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Near the ocean.
Maria, how, at one point, I guess, how strong would those winds be for them to be unable to do this?
Well, if I remember correctly, you know, when we were covering that fire earlier in the month of December, there was a time where they were not allowed to fly because those winds were really nearing 100 miles an hour in terms of those gusts. We're not quite there yet, but they are expected to strengthen for the rest of today.
All right, thank you for that. We're gonna go to Armando, our photographer, who actually has a neighbor there. Armando, hi. Oh, he can hear us. Hi, sir.
Okay.
What's the situation you're facing right now, and where are you?
Well, I live across the street from where the fire is. I can't get there, and I'm in contact with my neighbor. We were told to evacuate. I wasn't there at the time. We were told to evacuate, although she just called me, and